Hi guys, we're going to be talking about different multiplication strategies today. Most of you are familiar with doing what's called partial product. That's what Miss Carter taught you guys in 4th grade. So we're going to focus on 3 different strategies: the US algorithm, lattice, and then box or grid. So we're going to start with the US algorithm. This is the one that you're going to see the most often. It's also the one that when your parents try to help you, this is the one that they're probably going to try to use because this is the way that your parents and I learned in school. And then we're going to go into some ways that are a little bit different. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to start with your ones place, and you're going to say, okay, then take 7 times 2, and I get 14. You put your 4 down, and then you're going to carry your 1 up here. 1 times 2, you get 2, and then we're going to add this 1 that we carried and get a 3. And go ahead and mark out that 1 since we're done with it. Then we're going to move down to our next row, but before we start multiplying, we need to add a placeholder, okay? Because this 2 here is in the 10 spot, so we add 1 0, since 10 has 1 0. So we're going to do the same thing, except now we're multiplying by this tens digit. So we've got 7 times 2 again, so we've got 14, then I'm going to carry my 1 again. 1 times 2 is 2, I'm going to add my 1 and I get 3. Now, I'm going to add these 2 rows up. So, 4, 7, 3. 17 times 22 equals 374. Alright, so our next one we have is lattice, and this is my favorite way to multiply. I just think that it's the neatest, it's easier to keep track of things for me, so it's the one I like to use. So, we're going to draw a box. And I'm going to write my numbers here. 17 times 22. Okay? Now I'm going to have to draw some diagonal lines. And that is the trickiest part of lattice multiplication for most people, is just figuring out where those lines go. So once you've got your box drawn, you're going to look at the numbers and you're going to multiply. So I'm going to say, okay, 7 times 2, I know that equals 14. So in my box, the top part is for the tens digit, the bottom part is for the ones digit. Okay? Then I'm going to do the same thing for all of my boxes. If you don't have a tens digit, you can either leave it blank or put a 0 in there. I like to put a 0 just to know that it's done and I didn't miss something. So once you've done that, you're going to sort of add down your diagonals. And you don't have to draw those circles. I'm just drawing them to help you see just a little bit better what you're looking at. So 4, easy peasy. 4 plus 1 plus 2 equals 7. 1 plus 2 equals 3 and 0. So your answer here, you can read down here, is 374. Okay, now our last way is very similar to lattice. You're going to draw the same box, except you're not going to do your diagonal lines. Okay, and then we're going to break up our numbers by place value. So for 17, I'm going to write 10, because I have a 1 in the tens place, and 7. And for 22, I'm going to do 20 and 2. Okay? Now, this is similar to your partial product. You're going to just multiply and put your products in the box. So I'm going to do, okay, 10 times 20 equals 200. 10 times 2 equals 20. 7 times 20 is 140, and 7 times 2 is 14. Okay? Now, I just need to add up all these numbers inside my box. So, 200 plus 140 plus 20 plus 14, I get 374. So, we'll go over tomorrow how you can solve problems using all of these strategies and practice using all of these strategies. As far as doing your classwork, you can choose whichever way you want. It doesn't matter to me as long as you're using it correctly and it's getting you the right answer. So on the bottom of your sheet, under where you have written your question, you've done all of that stuff, I want you to write which way you think you're going to like the most. Okay? Are you going to stick with partial product? Do you want to try the US algorithm, lattice, or box or grid? Which way looks like it might be the easiest way for you? That might change once we practice, but I'm just curious to see. All right, well, I will see you guys tomorrow.